From the Keith Vincent Kaola Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Hour Media proudly presents Is This Real? Tonight on our 100th episode, we're going to discuss the Flat Earthers. What is going on with the Flat Earthers? And now here's your host, JC3.
Welcome, everybody, to our 100th episode. Woo! Yeah, 100. We've made it to 100 as a podcast. Is This Real? Is here for 100. It is This Real? Wes, if you want to say it now, is this real?
Is this real?
And in the booth, as always, well, not as always, but for most part of the time, we have Big Joe across. Big Joe, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our 100th anniversary, whatever the hell this is,
Episode.
podcast.
It's a podcast.
Yeah, podcast.
Episode. There you
whatever.
go.
Yeah, I
There you
can
go,
almost
buddy.
talk. Hey, the Jets won. That's all I got to say.
Yes. Mr. West is in the building.
Konbawa.
You just killed the mood, bro. So
Seriously,
silent.
even I was amped. Come on.
What? You know what, Block? I'm here.
There you go. Hey, great. We don't have money now. Now you broke another chair.
Where did you come?
Here.
What?
Why'd you guys go look it up?
Okay.
I'm looking at the size of him and looking at the size of you. Sit in that chair.
Anywho, we have Cito in the booth with us again tonight.
Yo, 100th episode. Let's go.
See? That's the energy. Pope Tony.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm the Pope, and I'm here to play with these fucking flat earthers. Let's go.
He's here to play with the flat earthers.
Phrasing.
No,
Nope.
That was intentional.
That was
Roadblock.
That was very intense.
Roadblock is here in the booth.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Let's
I
do
got
this.
the shine of his head tonight. And I'm JC3.
The hell?
Yes.
Wearing
I'm
a hat
JC3.
with my name
So,
on it.
look, we all know we have a Flat Earth episode, and we've been wanting to get to this episode for a minute now. But it is also
and those for those outside of New Jersey, that means for a while.
yes.
I want to get to this so bad my dick is hard.
Okay.
There you go.
But we also this is our 100th episode.
100.
Yes.
And
Yes,
this is an accomplishment for us. We have now over 26,000 followers, 27,000 followers on TikTok,
TikTok.
100 followers on YouTube. I mean,
YouTube.
look, it's a big drop, but hey, we're growing.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
it's
2 weeks
happening.
ago it was at 40. You know what I mean?
It is what it is. You know, you got
That's
to.
right.
That also means go to YouTube.
Yeah.
For those
Go to
listening on
YouTube.
TikTok, go to
You can
YouTube.
see us.
You can see
You
our
see our
faces.
ugly ass faces. You know
Yep,
what I mean?
all those-
You can see they ugly
He
ass faces.
speaks
I'm
purely
beautiful.
for himself.
We beautiful. I'm adorable. You beautiful.
All of those
Hey,
clips on
hey.
TikTok,
Okay.
there's a playlist. Is This Real episode clips? You can see all of them on YouTube in full.
The full length episodes.
Or go to Spotify, listen, or whatever.
Yeah,
other
Spotify or
platform.
whatever podcasting.
So
platform.
real quick, what I
Whatever
want to
your
do,
choice of preferences. We can't assume that.
Yeah.
we should just rename this at the 100th episode, ADHD in a podcast. That's exactly what
I've been saying that since last year.
So for 100 special, we're actually changing the name. to Is This Real?
And we'll be talking about squirrels and their natures.
So I just want to go around the room and just get a little thought from everybody. Some forms of sentence, Eric, not just one word.
I swear, I will obliterate you, bro, like Zodia style, bro.
He's gonna say 2 words to impress you.
About what do you think with this 100 episode? Like, what coming up to this? What was your thoughts? You know what I mean?
Sure.
How do you feel about being in this podcast for 100 episodes now? You know, it is a lot. 100 is a lot.
It sure is.
Yes. We'll go over, Dad. Give us a little thoughts, Dad.
Well, since basically you and I were here from the beginning, so the humble roots that we had was sitting to my left over here doing that one show, doing a couple shows, and then we built the booth. We started basically as a political commentary type. If you remember, our first couple shows was all political, and then we got involved in the ghost stuff, and we
That's
tried
when
to,
we changed it to Is This Real?
right. We named it Is This Real from the beginning. It was like one of those things that kicking around. It's like, oh, that works. Let's do that.
Well, if you want to get technical of how I believe we started,
Technicalities.
yeah, how we started, like, we were talking about the whole George Floyd situation in the summer of 2020 and just
Right.
how 2020 was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is the summer of 2020 before we, lost family members, stuff like that. But you're sitting there and you're like, can you believe this shit? Is this fucking real? And I went, hey, That's a good name of a
pretty
podcast.
good.
TM.
Yeah.
The light bulb went off.
It's been a journey, to be honest with you. I don't normally commit myself to something, to be there on a regular basis, but I
What are you talking about? You're married. Oh wait.
well, marriage is a different story, but you know what? This is like a marriage to you guys because we do this together and cut
not
the
crying.
shit, you bunch of fuck-ups.
I'm not crying.
No,
I'm not
my
crying.
point is,
Shut up, Josh.
from where it started,
What the hell did you just call us?
and then from where it started, and then one day we're sitting there kicking around, and we got this booth. It looked like a fucking, I don't know,
tomb.
sarcophagus.
It was a tomb.
It was
You
a
could just put it
tomb,
like
yeah,
that.
and we had the black curtains on it and the big wings and all this other shit. And I'm looking around. I'm like, you know what?
There was the glass.
The glass in the middle, right? And we broke our ass on that. We really did. And
I came up with that in the middle of the
and
night.
you got to
laying in my
understand.
bed.
And that was back at the beginning of 2020, and that was when.
Whose fucking phone is that?
Not mine.
Seriously.
Not
It's driving
mine.
me nuts.
Not I, Popeye.
That's Anthony's. Anthony, get your phone off the table.
No, it's not his.
Well,
It
anyway.
looks-
I'll get it off the table. It's not mine.
Yeah.
It evolved from there. I said to Joey, you know what and I had my own selfish reasons, which I'm not going into now. But I said, what's going on with Joshua? I mean, why is Joshua jack off? Why is Joshua not podcasting? And Joey said to me, well, I don't know. Let me ask him. I said, why don't you tell him to come on over and we'll and see if he wants to sit in for a while. And then we can't get rid of him. He's been here since, and I'm glad, to be honest with you.
That's right, bitch.
Okay. See,
No matter how hard he's tried to get rid of it.
and I believe the first time we went out and we recruited, if I remember correctly, we brought Izzy in also. And
Yes.
then you guys went over and you did your Triple M or whatever. And then you said to me,
Rest in peace.
You said to me, I'm going to bring Eric in. And then that's when we really started. I think Rosemary's Baby was one of the first ones you were on, right?
I think that was the first one I
And
was
then
on.
we did the movie review of the Conjuring universe.
Yeah.
And that was fun. And then we kind of like we found our way a little bit, and I enjoyed that. And so and then we evolved into everything else. And then Cito started out as a fan, sitting in a couple, and then we're like,
Fuck
no.
Anthony,
Well, hold on a minute.
No,
I'll
no,
get to
I'm not
Anthony.
there.
I'll get to Anthony in a minute. And then, and I think we were talking one day, and
Yeah,
so
fuck
well, Cito's probably the number one fan. Let's bring his ass in here full time, because he's knowledgeable, and he knows what he's talking about. But it is. I'm honest, Cito. I love you. You know that. And so Cito became the member. Then we get Anthony. Then we bring in Anthony, but Anthony
was guest on a couple episodes. Remember, we had him on the. That's where we first heard the very beginnings of the Pope.
Well, yeah, he did. He actually, him and Sarah. Big shout out to my daughter-in-law. You had him. We were down in Cape May that weekend, if you recall correctly, and they did the.
That's not the episode I was talking about. But
Well,
okay.
whatever. But what episode you
Catholic
did?
one, right?
We did the.
The Vatican one.
No.
No.
I was a part of the Vatican one.
Yeah.
Sarah and I did the Antifa episode.
Antifa.
Yeah,
episode.
the Antifa
Right.
episode.
And I remember, and then that was really nice. It was a change a little bit, and you did a great job. Both of you did a great job, and everybody at booth that night. So and I think with bringing the people that are in here right now, I think that's everybody has a role. We're
We have a lot of roles.
Well, you motherfuckers do. I can tell you that much. Well, not you so much. You're like the stick figure over here. Anyway,
There's over
I do-
1,000 pounds on this side of the booth.
really,
Eric, do me a favor. Blow a cloud of smoke right towards that.
please.
If we were on a teeter-totter, whatever the fuck those things are called,
We're
it would
dead.
just be one side.
We're dead over here. But anyway,
Richter
that's if you
scale.
ask for my opinion, my thing. That's what I from. Hold on. From the beginning to now, I'm looking forward to another 100 episodes with you guys, and it's only going to get better from here.
Hopefully. Well, we'll do this in order. We'll go over to Josh, who was the technically the third member to be added, because Anthony did join us for an episode, but he wasn't an official member.
No, I was a guest spot on a lot of the. I did the 2 Vatican ones.
Yeah.
Where I
He
played
was
with the
more of
Pope
the
shit.
religion. Yeah.
And I was worried about
Well, I
doing
mean,
the other side,
yeah,
the
that's-
entertainment stuff.
Like I said, that's where we got our first little taste of the Pope.
That's correct.
The Pope came out that
Remember-
time.
You can stab him, just don't fuck him.
Yeah. That was his line from that one.
That's a mortal sin.
Can we quote that, please?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's gonna be on the shirt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can stab me, just don't fuck me.
All right, Joshua,
Yes.
what is your take from these last 100 episodes and the ups and downs from
Josh
these
is
100
happy to
episodes?
retire at this point.
Yeah, seriously. Give me a severance package.
Fuck
No.
you then.
No. I mean, I'm happy to be here. We're definitely growing in our own way, and I'm happy to see that. It's nice to see
Some
all
of
of
us in width.
It's nice to see some of us pull our weight in different directions for different reasons. Like Tony with the TikTok, and then I was trying to do more on the YouTube and stuff like that. Like, I'm happy to see that we're making more efforts in different directions to try and expand. We tried other things like the Facebook and stuff like that. We got a couple comments here and there, a couple likes and stuff like that, but apparently the right direction was the TikTok direction. So I'm happy to see that, and I'm looking forward to see how we grow some more. To be honest, it's been a nice ride. It's been a difficult ride at some points.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely glad to be here. I'm glad Dad came out of nowhere and quote unquote not for selfish reasons asked me to be on the show.
Well, I'll tell you what
Where
the
is this fat
selfish
ass? Get him in
reasons
here.
are later. I can't. I can start a war and I don't want to. It's not,
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. But to be honest, I think it was good.
Where are we going to start?
Don't worry about it. You don't need to know. Anyway,
It's something you have to find out later.
yeah, it was.
Hush your mouth.
It's not for public consumption. Okay, let's put it that way.
Yeah. It was good because at least someone turned around and was like, "We can use it." You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different topics.
Oh, hold on a minute. It's not that we can use them. It's that
To add to the show,
I'm gonna
is what I
fucking
right.
use them.
You belonged here. I mean,
That's what I was trying to
Okay,
go
I
to.
mean,
Yeah,
right.
Like you wanted to add to the show, and you think I was a good fit.
And we added 300 extra pounds to the show.
I mean, it's 315. Let me alone, okay. I'm not as big as I was before 2 years ago.
All right, we're gonna go to Mr. West, and it's a man of few words. Mr. West, how how have you been over these last? Well, since you've joined, I think it was like we were at like 15 episodes when you and Josh joined,
Give or
something like
take.
that.
Yeah,
the
give or
10,
take.
15.
Something like that.
Yeah. So what is your
And
take?
my take on this journey. It's been a very interesting journey, as far as how we're all growing, how we're all experiencing things in different ways, and also just evolving into better versions of ourselves. Overall, learning how things work, learning the patterns of our dynamics, and it's been cool. It's been really cool. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but honestly, I don't regret joining this. So it's been a dope ride.
Okay, all right. Papa Tony.
Well, I mean, listen, like we established, like I was a guest spot once in a while, and it really just came out. Not even just like, hey, we're talking about this. You want to be on it? You know, it's not like, hey, Anthony, we would appreciate your expertise. Would you please grace us with your knowledge?
My
you know,
fucking God.
Can
Way
you
to
stroke
suck your
yourself
own
Yeah,
any
I-
harder?
My God, does your shoulder hurt?
I tried to break my arm, beat myself off. You know,
Me,
No.
see, this is how everyone. This is proof right here, and I hope people saw that on the cameras. He's a carbon copy of me because we both looked at Tony the exact same fucking way. No sooner he said that. Just throwing that out there.
Best thing is we're both on each side of him.
It's even worse. Just
I'm
saying.
going to get stabbed.
From
No,
different
so
directions.
so
He's
it was-
in danger.
I'm in danger. So it was always like, I'm here. Yeah, all right, I'll sit in. I'll have fun with this. And I never took it seriously because I was just having fun with it. Like, you know, I still played along.
Well, you
but
also had 2 dead podcasts too.
I was working on the one podcast, and then we morphed into a different podcast.
You're a dick.
Thank you.
What?
You insult me, you insult him too. He was on those episodes.
Oh, he didn't care of those either.
I listened to those episodes.
So,
Okay, and I still have right to say he's a dick.
I was on those episodes also.
so it was.
Which, by the way, at the beginning of towards the end of the year and at the beginning of the new year, we are going to have a a celebrity Deadpool ending show for 2023. And
I will not be a part of that.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
Anyway,
I
so
love those celebrity Deadpools.
so it started from just me stepping in once in a while, and then you had asked me to host because of you're going away or we won't be here this week type of shit. And then back in July, I remember you looking at like July of this year, because for me it was always the other podcasts. And when they went to the way of the dodo, I was like, I don't need it. Like, whatever. I'll step in once in a while if they need help. So from like February to June, there was nothing for me to do. So I was like, fuck it. And then you looked at me, it was like, I need help with Is This Real? I can't do it all. And I was like, well, if you need help, allow me to help you. And that's when I started doing more, we started breaking stuff up. I wound up doing more of the TikTok stuff and looking up different stuff for different seasons and more organization, which freed up you to take care of a lot of the graphic stuff and editing stuff. And so that became my little cornerstone to take care of. That helped my contribution to help build the company. And now, I got my own. Thank you.
You need it.
Thank you. So now it's like I feel like this is like a good thing, because now it's like we're all gelling in the right direction. We have our feet on the ground, and now we're moving forward. Before we weren't spinning in place, but it was like a little bit, and then we take a little step, and now I feel like we're on a steady pace, a little slow, but steady. And here's the other thing I just want to say real quick. Eric has always been like your best friend, right? You grew up with Josh, but I always heard like, oh yeah, Eric, huh?
Unfortunately,
I was always like, oh yeah, me and Eric. Eric's my best friend. Sad Eric. I was like, okay, Eric. I was like, I don't know who the fuck Eric is.
That's me.
The fact that we're doing this, him and I have gotten closer as friends, and I think that's important to notice too, because other than that, I was like, oh, that's Joey's friend Eric, and I'm like, that's my little brother now. Like I look at him, I don't look at him as your little friend. I'm looking at him as he's my friend too.
You fucking, that sounds
So what I'm saying is like joining the podcast.
I'm waiting for him to go, mi corazón. Oh, mi corazón.
Joining the podcast full time now has allowed me to have a relationship with Eric that I never had before, and Cito as well. Because when first thing about
I didn't know we didn't know he existed.
Exactly. It was like, oh, this is
Yeah,
Josh.
that literally fell out of the fucking air.
It's like, oh, this is my little cousin.
Came
I'm like, all
came
right.
through like
Oh,
a
hi,
hug.
Cito.
I walked through the door.
That's it. I mean, it's one
He
thing.
literally showed up the same way I feel like I showed up for your family.
That's you're
Yeah,
not
literally.
wrong.
He's
Because
just always been here.
No,
It's the second coming.
No, literally.
The Antichrist.
Think about it.
The
Teresa-
anti-roadblock.
Literally, think about it. Teresa's
anti-block.
always been the one to say, I literally don't know how the fuck Josh showed up. I just remember him
true.
always being
He's
here.
just been here.
And then it's like out of nowhere, my carbon copy shows up out of nowhere, and you guys take him in like it's nothing. So I think that's
It's like, oh yes, you
Literally-
remind us of someone, but much younger. Come with
He
us.
just literally fit right. I mean, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, my
It's like
cousin's
Tetris.
moving.
He
The
just
story.
fell right into place.
It's like my cousin's moving up. I was like, all right, nice.
The
to
gate
meet you,
opened
Cito,
and like,
nice, whatever.
you are here now.
Yeah.
pretty much.
And all of a sudden it's like, and now cement. And now it's the six of us. We have Teresa and Izzy and Amanda who step in and help out from time to time, and they're wonderful as well. Sarah steps in a little
Are they
bit.
really wonderful?
Huh?
I
They are. Like everyone brings something unique, but like I feel like
Messed up, man.
we've got to the point now with the six of us. The wheels are spinning, and we're not spinning in place. We're moving forward. It's not going fast, but it's going, and that's
Slow
the
and,
important part.
slow and steady, rabbit. Slow and
fucking
steady.
money.
That's right.
Best
And I
way to
think-
compare that to is a car stuck in mud. Like for a long time, we were just stuck in the mud with wheels are spinning, but now we're slowly starting to get out there. We're just waiting for that big push.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
a lot of
And
ways in the
think-
car too.
I think in retrospect, that's what Tony's saying applies basically to all of us. Because I think at first, I got really close to Joey after you
Yes.
guys asked me on.
Yeah, you two guys have become, and I think about that all the time when when you guys kid each other and
He
bust
thinks about
those
y'all.
balls. You know, it's every bit as much as you and him would do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what brothers do.
Well, at one point I thought me and Josh were closer than what those two are, but
and,
then
and
the shit that I heard that they've done.
I mean, with everything,
We don't talk about those things.
Giggity?
Anyway, and it's like I feel like I've gotten closer to Dad. I feel like I've gotten way closer to the family because of previous events and stuff like that. I've even gotten way closer to Eric. You know what I mean? I think
Well, having a
In a-
group chat does that. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
That's
yeah,
true.
that's
the
but,
first
like,
thing that like 90% of the time, the first thing we see that's funny on TikTok, we send to the group chat now.
Yeah,
you
pretty
know?
much,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's like this thing could end tomorrow, and it's okay. You know what I mean? We're
Hey,
still,
no, it's not.
The people are still
Yeah,
gonna,
it is.
still gonna be family.
It's a learning
Thanksgiving,
experience.
No, I'm
whatever.
still negative in my account. That's not okay.
all right. Just to get serious a minute.
By the way, you can purchase merch like the shirt he's wearing and the hat Joey's wearing.
In mugs.
buy this fucking hoodie.
Well, wait. Before you have something, we didn't get to
And
Sito.
mugs.
We got mugs.
Sito.
Yeah.
No, we didn't get to Sito.
Oh.
Sito, what?
Tell him to shut the fuck up and let me talk. Good.
No, just, everyone's having a nice sentimental moment, so I was gonna let you guys speak before I go on.
Go on.
So it's like, yeah, I am a carbon copy. Like, this shouldn't
He's
surprise
so-
you anymore.
He's a lot more cuddly than you are.
I
No,
am
you have
more
no idea. I
lovable.
used to cuddle all the time with him.
Yeah, but now everyone wants to
Excuse
cuddle
me?
with me.
That's true. You're adorable.
I know I am.
He's
Thank
more
you.
jaded, but you're adorable.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Fuck it. I'll take
All right. So I think, because I just want to point this out now, everyone who joined in this booth, besides Anthony, joined near Halloween.
True. Yes.
it.
Halloween was my first episode,
Yeah.
and then he joined just officially just this year, like as a member. Point being, weird thing.
He's like,
Halloween's
but
like
we
our
don't talk
good
about you,
here.
though.
Like Halloween's a good thing for us. I don't know why we don't celebrate it like as like it's holy grail.
Because that
But-
means we couldn't find it then. Okay.
Shout out to last episode or a few episodes ago or what. Anyways,
Last season.
last season, yeah. But yeah, it's crazy to think I came here when the glass was still up. I remember those days where I was trying to make eye contact with Joey and Josh. I was sitting in Eric's seat. It was really hard to look because there was a computer in the way, but at least I can still look at Joey now. If I just,
Hey, sexy.
hey, how's it going? But it's like crazy because I joined in officially in the government season, which really was the takeoff of it all. I don't like. I remember the arguments that we've had between me and Dad, especially. The first official argument that we had is that I said something about the APA Association, and Dad said don't trust them, even though they're not a government like official association. They're their own association to actually study the psychology of people. But anyways, I remember a lot of things. The first time me and Anthony had the argument because of aliens.
Bro, we shut our mics off because of that.
Yeah.
That shit was fantastic.
But now we're here, 100th episodes in. I could really say, just like Anthony said, I've developed a relationship with everyone here. It's crazy to say that I went from, like, oh yeah, these are Josh's friends that I'm going to, like, you know, become friends with, to now I can sincerely say you guys are my brothers. Like, Eric, I can call you a brother. Like, I call you Dad. It's
I'll be honest. I mean, you and Eric did share a bed at one point, so
Yeah, me and Eric did share a bed, and I feel like that brought us closer.
With
Not like that.
context.
Not like that.
I was
You were
knocked the
so
fuck out.
close.
In
Provide context.
my defense, I was knocked the fuck out. So whatever
I didn't
happened,
do
I
anything.
don't know.
I didn't do anything.
He
This is
coulda-
my bro.
He could have Bill Cosby'd me for all I know.
God damn it, Cito, have I taught you nothing? How do you think I start at 2 a.m. with him?
Shut up.
2 a.m., 2
Point
a.m., 2
me.
a.m., 2 a.m.,
Yes.
2 a.m.
It's a real beautiful, right? Yeah, there were some rough episodes here and there. There were some rough patches.
Rough seasons.
Rough seasons. And I think it's funnier that I'm here because everyone here like knew each other in a personal level. So it's like, hey, come on in. I was more of a fan.
Yeah, I remember the first time you came in here, you were dressed to the nines. Shirt, hat. I'm like, is there anything else that we have? Did he raid the merch page? What's going on here?
I didn't have shoes.
It was funny because-
I think
It's
I
like I had
basically gave
socks.
him everything I had.
Yeah, he was sitting on that credenza we had back there with the microphone like hanging like this or whatever. And I'm like, this kid's gonna have a fucking back problem every time he leaves the show.
That's another thing. I used to be in the back corner. If everyone remembers, behind these two, the orphanage, the
Broadcasting
struggles.
from the toilet, it's Cito. Yeah.
Like it used to be what 1,000 pounds. Now, 300 or so, whatever, back here, and now it's lighting up. So now it's like,
Yeah, we spread the wealth.
yeah, we spread
the
it
weight
out a
out,
little
yeah.
bit.
I'm still flying on that teeter-totter, though. I'll tell you that.
You
All right.
guys got some spare desk?
But I think everyone has, Josh, you know, with his audio stuff, taught me a couple things. Now I can't say I can carry an episode like he can with audio and do the pre-edits. I can't say I can sit
You
down and
do it
edit
better
it.
than Anthony does.
Well, yeah, everyone does. Again, not my area of expertise. I'm the mouth, and I
have to say,
throw out weird shit.
everyone-
You're old mouth.
Everyone, no matter what, has done something big for this that I've realized. Like, I'm gonna be honest, we all get on you, Anthony, but dear God, you've carried the TikTok all the way, the website, all of that.
Finally.
Here, here.
Yes,
It took
finally.
him to season fucking 7 to finally get the website right.
Well, if I don't do the
Here,
goddamn,
here.
I didn't do the goddamn scheduling, so I was like, "What's the episode you're gonna do next week, Joe? So I can put on the website." And I get crickets. So now I'm
No,
like, Fuck
no,
this,
I
I'm
told
doing
you.
it myself.
No, I always would tell you it's in your email. Go check.
That's not an
Because
answer.
Joshua used to send it out in the email.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But
Fuck off.
even then,
Season
even then,
6, there was no email. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Even then, let's be honest,
I might be able to pull
this
something up.
website looks absolutely amazing now.
Oh wait!
Oh, yeah. Season 8's going to be fucking fantastic.
Yeah, wait till you see what I got planned for season 8. I'm already like looking through different things.
You hear that? Check out the websites for season 8.
greenarrowmedia.org.
Yep.
Yes. All right.
YouTube.
So, I think we're going to take a short little break, and then we're finally...
Well, just before you go to
Oh,
break, I
well,
just want to
okay.
say one thing. It would be remiss of anybody in this booth not to give a big shout out to the main donor of who the main creative force behind everything was, who and we named the studio after was Keith Vincent Kayola. Before he passed away, he would be extremely proud of what's going on here, because he loved everybody, and he was happy to help in any way he could. Made fun of us because we made the booth, but he anything we needed, he was right there. And I'm proud to call him brother, and I'm proud that Joey named the studio after him, and I thank him for his contributions early on, and I'm sure wherever he is, he's pushing. So
It was the first one to make fun of you guys for the booth, but I think it was also one of the first ones in the booth with
Yeah.
you.
That's right, he was.
his angry uncles are legendary. If you guys go back and listen to them, they're legendary.
All right, so we are going to take a short little break right now. We'll be right back to actually finally get into our Flat Earth episode.
Yeah.
So we will be right back.
Did you know there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand in every single beach on the planet? There are also a billion cups, but not like an Is This Real cup that you can get on www.greenarrowmedia.org.
And welcome back as you hear the chair creak. My God, the chair's screaming. We got past our 100th episode stuff. I mean, there still might be more through the episode, just to talk and stuff like that. But we are finally talking about Flat Earth, everyone.
The Earth.
Yay, Flat Earth!
I'm going to say one thing and one thing right now. I'm going to try to argue for flat earthers. I don't agree with anything you guys say. I believe you're completely uneducated, let's be honest.
My God.
I just have to be truthful. I can't lie.
I like him so much.
He's
But it's
not
like-
wrong.
I'm trying to
It's
give him
like,
an
I'm
aneurysm.
gonna
all right?
give you guys the benefit of the doubt, but you all are useless.
I didn't call them useless. I just say they're uneducated. They're
On some real shit, this episode, the Flat Earth stuff, is dedicated to a very
Brought to you
special
by
TikToker.
by NASA. No, it's not. No,
no, it's not.
brought to you by NASA.
This is dedicated to you, Steve. You know who you are. I'm not going to shout out your whole name on here because I
put
don't
his
want
whole
people flooding
government
your
out
stuff. But Steve, I want you to watch. I want you to laugh. I want you to enjoy, and I want you to pay attention. Take some notes. There's some crayons lying around, I'm sure, and just learn something, my friend. Here we go.
People have to
Seriously, you've been a lot of
Who
fun.
the fuck is Steve?
Yeah, actually,
I
Steve,
don't-
I'll
you've
talk
been
more.
like a most consistent person
But
on
the
our
next
TikTok.
person who slaps the
Seriously.
table, I will stab.
Most people will tag us, then give up after 3 times. Not him. He's fucking persistent. So
Months. So you know what?
Hats off, sir.
I have to give you that one.
All right.
You showed us
So
support in the
what do we
weirdest
have?
way.
I know Anthony, you've been chomping at the bit for this. So
I have
I'll
been
let
chomping at the
you.
bit.
I'll let you go for this because
Well-
I'll be honest. And besides the Steve guy, I haven't seen a lot of at least you responding to a lot of different flat Earth comments lately.
I have been. It's nonstop since September.
Yeah, because like I'll be honest, like over the last 2 days, there's over almost 1,000 comments,
Yeah.
and I'm like, how the hell are you keeping up with all these comments? You know what I mean?
I'm trying my best to find the most interesting ones and good questions because that makes me have a chance to learn something too. We're recording this on November 6th. This will debut on November 20th. Okay, so I just want to I want to share dates for a reason. I posted a video back at the beginning of September about Voyager 1, and it got big. And at the time, I didn't know how many people didn't believe in space, didn't believe in NASA, do not understand.
Oh, we've been saying that for weeks, though.
No, I understand what I'm saying. Back in September, that's when it dawned on me, like, there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there. Like, so many people believe in flat Earth. I'm just like, how, fam? And that's what kind of started me with just replying to people and arguing. And now here, 2 months later,
So where does it?
And I'm
come-
just
so where
like-
does the whole flat Earth theory come from?
let's do this. Flat Earth theory is something that has been talked about since forever. There's always been an alternative school of thought that says that it's not real.
Doesn't it come from like Socrates and all that time and shit?
Well, no, not Socrates so much, but of that time period, there were people who did not know the Earth was flat. Now there was a very
Or
old
did believe the Earth was flat.
did believe the Earth was flat. But here's the thing: there was a very, very old guy named Eratosthenes who proved that the Earth was round. I forget the dates. It was over 1,000 years ago.
Well, I mean, it
What's
comes
his name-
around the
what's his name
same.
again?
Eratosthenes, and this is how he did it.
Isn't it coming around the same time that the people believe that the Earth was the center of the universe? Also.
Or yes, but even before that.
Okay.
So Eratosthenes, and everyone rolls their eyes. The
I
flat earthers.
really feel like you're saying that name wrong.
No, I'm not actually.
Actually, I think it's actually pretty accurate.
Eratosthenes did this. He said he took two sticks, obelisks, and he looked at the shadows. And he looked at where he was and where, I think it was 500 kilometers or kilometers away. And he said the shadows at these two, at the same time of the day, have different lengths. Why is that? And by using math, he managed to calculate that there is a degree of 7 degrees from where the shadows are twisted, how they're shaped.
Yeah.
When the only reason that could be, the only possible way that's possible, is if the Earth was round. And out of that 7 degrees, he then calculated the circumference of the Earth and was correct up to 99% of the length. And if he said the Earth was 99 miles round, it was actually 100. Like, obviously, he did it correctly. And numbers are fucking bad with me. I'm not good with them.
Yeah, you're horrible at math.
So I'm like,
I'm
like
sorry,
you can
how do
look up.
Spell it? How do you spell this motherfucker?
It's long. It's very long. It
It's
starts
something
with
very
E.
Greek.
Yeah. Listen,
Am I wrong?
it's not. You're not.
Thank you.
God.
But
You can
it's,
make an effort by punching the Google search.
my point is, you can look up what Eratosthenes did and see the actual numbers, and it made sense. And this was before any sort of modern technology that we have. Now, there's a couple of things that I need to point out before we go into the chunk of this episode, because these ideas keep coming back, and people are fucking dumb. I've made these videos at least 4 times. But let's do it one more for the podcast. When it comes to theory, in science, theory has a different definition. When we go theory, what's your theory? What do you think a theory is, Roblox?
You question something and think about the outcome, and that's what you think it is.
It's a
basically.
guess, right?
Yeah, guess.
It's
sorry.
a guess. It's an assumption.
That was long-winded. Sorry.
Right. When you put theory in the terms of science, the definition changes. Because a scientific theory is a way of explaining natural phenomenon using evidence to explain how things are.
Yes.
It's not so much a theory like, I think this is how it is. It's, this is how it is because I have evidence to back up how it is
In science.
in science. So that's the definition of theory. A lot of people go, well, the theory of gravity is just a guess. No, the theory of gravity is the explanation of how gravity works in a natural phenomenon, a natural occurring state. So
Still theory though.
It's not theory the way you think it is.
Here we go.
It's still theory according to the statement of theory.
The theory of idea of like we
Is
don't
it
know
because-
how it works.
Is it a theory because we don't know how it works, like you said?
We know that it's a force that acts on everything in the universe,
But we don't
but
know
it's not
why-
an educated guess.
But we don't know why it works the way it does, though.
There are laws in nature that we know that it's a thing, but how it originates is anyone's question. But that goes with everything. How did anything come into being?
God.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's the theory of gravity, and now the other thing is
I'll agree with you.
the other thing is density. Because a flat earther will go,
Motherfucker created science, so.
if a flat earther will go, there's no such thing as gravity. It doesn't exist. It's only a theory. So why do things fall from Earth? Oh, because of density. Well, in order to calculate how dense something is, you need gravity. It's in the fucking formula for density. So you can't say it's density and still say gravity doesn't exist. Because gravity is used to explain density.
Okay, then it's weight.
No,
There's a difference between weight and density.
You're
Weight
right.
is actually calculated without gravity. Density isn't. Or it's actually it's the other way around. I think.
density is the substance's mass per unit of volume. So how much of a thing is comprised of mass?
Yeah, exactly. That's not affected by gravity. Weight is affected by gravity, because your weight changes on the moon.
right, but doesn't okay.
So the density theory still pulls up with gravity.
When it comes to density and when it comes to density versus weight,
My head is hurting right now.
hold on a second.
Just
like-
pay attention.
I like this.
You can
I like
have
this.
you can have okay. You
It's
can have
challenging my thinking right now. I like this.
if you have an ice cube and you have a
Okay.
glacier, they both float, don't they?
Yes.
Their density is exactly the same regardless of how much they weigh. An ice cube weighs a lot less than a glacier does, but they still float in water because their density is exactly the same. So it's not
But
about
is-
weight,
But
it's
isn't-
about how
But isn't it? But isn't
it's
that?
about the mass that
isn't-
makes up the object.
I was gonna say, but doesn't the mass have to deal with with how much dense it is?
And how much
Yeah.
water?
Well, there's also what? How much water is floating in, or how much water of the thing?
How much water it's floating in?
It's
It's a glacier.
a glacier floating in water.
Yeah, but you can't compare a
fucking- it's
glacier to an
huge.
ice cube. And
No,
you can't put an ice cube in the ocean and say it's the
Yes,
same.
you
density.
can.
Well, you
If-
can't then consider it as the same density. Like,
Wait,
it
so if
depends
I,
on the
you're
exterior.
telling
What
me,
I'm saying is
so
that
if I throw a couple of ice cubes in the ocean,
yeah, they're gonna float because
they're going to be
denser.
glaciers.
No. What I'm saying is if you throw ice cubes in the ocean, it's going to float because ice has a less density than water.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter how much ice it weighs. A glacier weighs a lot more than an ice cube. It still floats because their density is the same.
actually, technically, you can't consider ice cube a glacier.
I'm not saying ice cube is a glacier. I'm
But
saying
you can't consider it one because the glacier, by
That's the part.
definition,
That's the
is a
part.
slow-moving
That's the
mass.
part that's like
It
confusing
is.
to me because it's just like how is the density the same? I know obviously I get what you're saying by the weight part of it because it's obviously two different things.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
But,
the weight.
but how is it still the same density if
Because it's made of the same it's made of the same stuff, frozen water.
okay?
So when the water freezes, it can float on water. It's still frozen water. It's just a lot more of it makes up a glacier than does an ice cube.
Okay.
Either way, it's still going to float.
And actually, that even depends on the glaciers itself, because you can't actually say because saltwater and
There are
fresh
variables, yes.
salt
but they're
water and
still
fresh
gonna
water
float.
have glaciers. Yes, or salt glaciers could be made of salt water or fresh water, and that actually changes the density. So your example was somewhat invalid
It's
because
not-
you're taking two different substances.
Okay.
Hold on.
He
It's
said
not
yeah,
that it's
he said-
invalid.
he
It's
said
that
invalid.
Wait.
The-
How does this relate to the flat Earth shit?
Sorry, because they sit there and go, if gravity is not a thing, things fall to Earth because it's dense,
Yes.
and that's not
Okay,
true because in
okay,
order to calculate
okay.
density, you need gravity.
Let's bring this back to
Actually,
flat
no,
Earth.
in order to calculate weight, you need gravity. There's
Yeah.
a difference. Density does not affect by weight.
Motherfucker.
Density is still affected by gravity, though.
No, it is not. When you calculate weight and density, they're completely different things. Weight, by scientific terms, is what
How
you
much
weigh.
how much mass you have, right?
That's
Yeah.
density.
It's the amount you weigh based on gravity. You're not going to weigh the same on the moon.
No, I understand that.
Okay.
So weight is managed by gravity. Density isn't.
Hold on, hold on.
Cito. Okay,
Like
so
I said, I'm giving mannerism.
no. Look, no.
Hold on a second, wait. Density is an absolute quantity. Specific gravity is a relative quantity. Go on.
Okay. We still have to talk about flat Earth
All
stuff.
right, okay, fine.
Okay.
We'll move on.
Let's argue about density and weight. Look, we're all big motherfuckers, and we have a lot of density between all of us, all right? Let's
Earth
all
argument.
talk about flat Earth, all
All
right?
right.
What is the next point? Jesus
Flat
fucking
argument,
Christ.
Earth number 1. If the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour, why can't I jump up in the air? And why do I jump in the air and land in the same spot?
Gravity.
No, not just gravity. I mean, gravity plays with. If the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, which it is, why can't I get into a helicopter, stay up in the air in one spot, come down, be 1,000 miles away? That is an argument that they say.
Well, I mean, isn't it gravity?
No. It's because.
Isn't it because of the volume of the Earth?
No.
I'm so confused.
Think of that though. If
Well, it
I'm
depends.
in a heli-
Actually, it does depend on how long you are up in the air.
No, it doesn't depend.
Yes, it is. Because if you go up into the air
You're
in
going
a
to argue
helicopter,
for the sake of arguing, and no, it does not.
Anthony, if you go up in the air during the morning and if it comes at night, that means the Earth has moved.
No, you're right, but you're not. The helicopter is moving with it. Just because you're stationary in the air does not mean that you are not moving with the atmosphere, and that's the correct answer. When you go up in a helicopter, you are within the atmosphere.
Have you tried it?
Let me ask you this: if we're traveling in a car, hold on a second. Enough with this back talk. If you're traveling in a car, right, and I throw a ball towards the front of the car, if I'm sitting in the back, if we're going 60 miles an hour, why doesn't the ball fly backwards?
Because it's in the car.
Because it's in an enclosed space, and the ball is still traveling at 60 miles within that closed space. Just like the helicopter is traveling because it's in the space of the atmosphere. The atmosphere keeps everything contained. So if you go up for a whole day and come down, you're not going to be 1,000 miles away. You're going to land in the same spot because the helicopter is traveling with the Earth as it spins. That is an argument that they make, that you
Unless it
tried to
doesn't
make.
spin.
Huh?
Unless it doesn't spin.
It does spin. It does spin. We
All
know
right.
it spins.
We're not going to sit here and have the sake of arguments just because of arguments.
So that's
Like I
why.
said, no one on this podcast actually agrees with it, so someone has to argue for it for the content.
No. We don't do it just
I'm
for the
making
comment.
I'm making the argument for you.
I'm just trying to understand these fucking equations and shit.
Yeah, that's what my brain is like fucking fried right now. Right?
just
I
find
feel-
the big boy
I'm like,
speak.
yo,
I just-
is this how you feel all the time, Wes? Because like,
I just found out. Nah, not all the time.
because
All
my
right,
God.
Here's one. Move
Density
on.
is mass times volume, bro. I just found that one out.
We'll move on to the next one.
Now
If
I gotta
the
find
Earth
out what
is-
mass is.
Well, the Earth. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Motherfucker.
What?
Nothing. Go on.
Stars in the sky can only be viewed from different places on Earth. We know this to be true because if you're south of the equator, you cannot see the North Star. And if you're north of the equator, you cannot see the Southern Cross. And you can't also see Proxima Centauri either.
The fuck you just call me?
You're welcome.
Did you just call me?
He just casted a Harry Potter spell on me, bro.
If you are, depending on where you are,
Who's a proctologist?
north or south of the equator,
No, really. Repeat that last part. I have
Sorry.
no idea what you said.
if you are above the equator, you
Yeah.
can only see the North Star.
Yes, I heard
If
that.
you are below the equator, you cannot see the North Star. But you can see other stars like the Southern Cross or Proxima Centauri.
That's what I'm asking about.
Proxima Centauri
Yeah.
is a part of a constellation. It's a very, very bright star.
You mean like
could've
the
just
Ursa
said that.
Majora?
Yeah, that too. That's a constellation that we can see in the
okay.
north.
I'm making sure I'm on the same page. Sorry.
Okay. So their argument is that if the Earth is flat, then it depends on where the sun and the moon are in the sky. Sorry, I apologize. That's not it. Sorry, Josh.
Fucking up your own theory.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, I'm debunking it already. On a flat map, you have Australia and South America and two different parts of the world,
Why?
right?
Crikey.
They can still see the same stars, though. But they can't see the North Star, which would be right above the North Pole, which is dead center of the map.
Because they're still on the southern part of the equator.
My point is, though, because you can see, if you could be in South America and Australia and still see the Southern Cross from both spots.
Right.
But if the Earth is flat and they're on opposite sides of Pizza World, then they would be looking at two different stars, two different skies. You can't see the same thing because it's too far away. If you're on the bottom of the Earth,
is
you
not
can see
flat.
everything. I know that. That's what I'm trying to get to.
I just had to just say it.
You can't see the same sky.
What are you looking at me for?
Depending
I'm
on
all fucking boggled here. I mean, this is like, I got one question before we go on to this fucking flat Earth shit.
I mean, we were
In a flat Earth, if they're
Yes.
sitting on an Earth, does anybody ever fall off this Earth?
no, because there's an ice wall.
Where the F is the water?
Okay, now,
Hold on,
do they
hold
look
on.
up and see the moon?
They can see
The moon is spherical, correct?
According to some people. I'm being honest. Some people think that the Earth, the moon, is only a couple thousand feet above our heads, and it's also flat. And other people think it is a ball, but it's still only a couple thousand feet
But
above
these are
your
the same
head.
people who believe in like the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and shit.
Who
like
knows?
that.
I don't know.
Hey,
Because you know what? At some point, talking to
Why?
these, they shouldn't even be dealt with. It makes no fucking sense.
Well,
There's
they
nothing
think
there.
they think because NASA is a government agency, NASA's automatically lying.
This is not doing NASA.
I know that, but
I mean,
they
it has a
still
lot
make
to
it
do with
part.
NASA.
Now the ice wall is blocking us from falling.
The ice
off.
wall is Antarctica, Dad. You didn't know that?
The ice wall is blocking
What about
us.
the
that where
ice
the
wall
aliens
on
go
the
down
southern
to?
part of this thing?
The ice wall is all around. It's a 360-degree wall that keeps all the water in.
And that blocks us from seeing the other lands that are on the Earth.
I'll get to Terra Infinita in a minute.
Excuse me?
I know.
Can't be more confused than I am right now.
I know.
And who's the one peddling this fucking?
This has
theory?
been like I said, this is an ancient argument that people just won't die. And then you get a bunch of people who go, look, I see it now. I understand it. And then they do math and science and they fuck it up. And then they go, well, I don't like the answers. And then they fix the experiment to suit what they're trying to prove.
So why is anybody giving these people like any kind of credo?
Because they're loud motherfuckers who don't shut up. That's why.
Okay,
turn
okay.
the volume down.
Okay,
Fuck
okay.
'em.
Dad, think about it like this: you're in an observatory trying to give a speech, and there's like the one crackhead making the most amount of noise in the back. You can't shut him up. There's no security to get rid of him. Like
Yeah.
he kind of just has to sit there while you try to finish.
Yeah, but this would be honestly talking about this and trying to peddle this theory is like trying to sit there and make Joe Biden make sense when he speaks. You can't do it. It's fucking.
Bring in politics now.
It's not politics. The
motherfucker.
guy just you can't make sense of him. I don't give a fuck if he's a Republican or he was a genie in a bottle. The bottom line, it's not even
All
that.
right,
I mean,
Christina Aguilera, calm down.
you get
Anyway.
like, this is the dumbest fucking. Anybody even entertain this?
I know.
Stupid.
Like I said, I don't agree with this. I'm just trying to have him have an aneurysm.
Yeah.
Local
well,
sun. See, they believe that the sun and the moon are local, which means they're about 34,000 feet in the air.
That's it.
That's
and
it.
how do they measure it? I mean,
Oh, because that's what the Bible says. So I can't even say that. Some people believe there's a firmament, which is a glass dome that covers the earth that starts in the South Pole.
Isn't that just
Woohoo, the
called
firmament.
The
a
atmosphere?
glass. We have glass surrounding us, like we're in a fishbowl.
Yeah. That's why it was called Operation Fishbowl.
And these people are allowed to roam the earth
Yes, and breathe.
without a net and a white
hey,
coat.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We can't
So-
say that.
So
Why
they
not?
believe that the
Mass
sun
murder
is.
is not the solution.
Hold on a second. They believe the
He's
sun.
asking if they're allowed to walk the earth. He didn't say anything about killing them. Now, if you turn around and
You know,
ask
I mean, to me-
Thanos was right and half the fucking.
I think
galaxy should be
somebody
gone.
like this, you either ignore them or put them in a fucking padded cell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I mean, I don't understand why I want to feed these motherfuckers.
thousands of comments
Well, I mean, you could
on our
look,
videos saying
okay,
that it's all lies.
you could say the same thing for people who sit there and talk about religion too. It's the same type of
You're not wrong.
Okay,
it's the same type of mentality.
you're
Like
absolutely right.
Joshua looks at us sometimes, you know, the guy you believe in. You know what I mean? It's the same type of thing. Like he sits there and says that we need to be padded cell because we believe, you know.
I
the
understand.
religions.
I understand that.
Well, what I'm saying is you could sit there and say
Problem. The difference is we can prove that the Earth is round. The
Yeah,
sun
I
is
mean,
not
it makes
local.
No sense. I mean,
Yeah.
True.
With religion is going to be. It's
Faith.
It's up to each person. If I want to believe in religion,
Correct.
you're not. It's kind of like ghosts. If I believe in ghosts,
Even with
there's
ghosts, you still have some sort of
Well,
some evidence, not
right.
proof, but it's evidence.
But again, if I believe in ghosts, it's my personal belief, and no matter how you try to disprove it, I'm going to believe in ghosts because I've had a personal experience in ghosts. To a skeptic, there's not enough proof. You can literally.
Oh, I'll
have
be honest.
10
There's
ghosts
one.
in front
There's
of
one
you,
video that
line up all the cast,
and I think I said this on the last podcast. The video that they showed of them, you know, the balloon going to the atmosphere, saying, "Look, there's no horizon. In the horizon, it's just flat land." I'm like, no, you're not using science again. because that doesn't hits the atmosphere. Balloons can only go a certain amount of feet up in the sky. You're not
This
seeing
is what
everything
happened
around.
when you
So.
legalize weed.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. Don't blame weed.
Smack him, Eric.
You can't say that with a guy next to you who just blew smoke in your face.
That's from a pen.
So here's what they believe in, Dad. So they believe that the Earth is flat.
Who's cooking? I'm like dying over here.
I think Mom's cooking upstairs. Or it could be Teresa. So the Earth is flat. Pizza Planet World, as we commonly call it. There's a sun and the moon in the sky, and they just kind of rotate above us all the time. Here's the problem. If it's nighttime, say you're standing in an immense warehouse. Someone turns a light on the ceiling at the other end of where you're standing.
Correct.
Are you in the darkness? You're standing.
Well, I have a question. Is it an empty warehouse?
It's a completely empty warehouse. You're on one side, and the light is
you can
on.
see the light. Your side is
Exactly
still going
my
to be dark.
point. You can see the light at the other end, but you're standing in darkness.
Right.
Until
I've
you
been in
move-
that situation.
Right. That's not how it works on planet Earth. When you're standing outside at night, you can't see a distant sun that is still lighting things up.
Right.
Actually,
No,
I'm not gonna argue.
actually.
I'm not gonna argue it, but this is my closest example.
That's twilight.
Yeah,
That
I
is
know.
when the.
I know it's Twilight, but it's just pretty.
It is very pretty. That twilight happens, and they made that was like.
I should
well,
throw something at him. I really should.
Like, well, you.
Well, that's
Oh,
kind of
why
like
doesn't
how
the-
they argue too. So
They're like,
it's
well, the
it's
sun.
good.
Why don't we get any light from the sun after it's set? You do. It's called twilight. Until the sun gets too far away, and then it's complete darkness, and that's
Yeah.
night. If I'm standing at one
Technically-
end,
we can say we do get light from the sun at night.
The reflection.
the reflection off the moon, but they
Yes.
believe that the moon has its own light source. It
Wait,
is-
The moon has a battery.
The moon
it
is
has
its
a
own.
battery.
The moon is its own light source.
I can actually peddle that theory that you can see the sun at night. If I was living in Alaska when when it's 6 months, you're in light.
Well, yeah, well, that's
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're at the pole.
You're
Right.
at like the
Well,
top
that's
where you can
only
kind of
generator.
see everything.
Well, that's
Yeah, I
only
mean
like-
that I
that's
could
only
say,
like
okay,
in
maybe you can
most
play with your
northern
but
mind.
no, it doesn't work at the equator.
But I mean, do these
Yeah,
people
like you
flunk
gotta
out of
realize
school?
the flat earthers are
Here's the
your
other thing.
everyday Joe Schmo in Minnesota,
Yeah.
Texas, Florida.
They should have
whatever.
their fucking.
Here's the other
Alabama.
thing. Here's the other
Alabama.
problem.
Are we just naming the center
Yeah.
states because they're all uneducated?
Here's
Is
the
that
other
it?
problem with
You-
with
I
the
just
local
did
stuff.
that.
I didn't say all that.
When it's 7:00
Pennsylvania,
sunrise,
too.
when it's 7:00 sunrise
West
in New
Virginia.
Jersey, it's 7:00 sunrise in Florida, is it not?
correct.
Because it's
So?
time zone. The sun rises at the
both in
same
Eastern
time.
time zone, right?
If the Earth was under a sun that was shining down, it wouldn't shine down horizontally. It would shine down like a spotlight, which means along the time zone, this place would get daylight before that place would get daylight because the spotlight curves as the sun would come into view. But because we get the same sunrise at different parts of the time zone, that's not possible. The sun cannot rise in two different places in the same time zone.
No.
But if the sun is shining down like a spotlight, the light is round.
Right.
When it comes over a horizon, it's horizontal.
So I don't believe in horizons either.
No, they don't. Not at all, because it's
Oh
flat.
no, they don't. Like I'm gonna be honest, it's absolutely hilarious to see it, and like they'll say like, oh, but like the horizon's right there, it looks flat.
So let me ask you a question. Why don't somebody get these cocksuckers in a plane, fly over the fucking ocean, and just let's say look at the land.
Stop.
It's going to disappear.
Hammer time.
Well,
And
that's
we're going to
fine.
keep flying
All right, but
until we hit more land.
In their eyes, you're just flying straight. There's no curve. Because they're not watching the land disappear behind them. They're just saying we're getting too far away for
well,
us
this
to
is
see
very
it.
simple to prove. Get them in a fucking plane, put them at the equator, and just go round until they stay.
But hold on.
Continue around. I mean,
That-
they're not going to hit a wall of ice.
But that's the other thing, though. You can't see the curve in a commercial airplane unless conditions were absolutely perfect.
All right.
At the minimum.
But technically, you
30
can still prove it by a commercial plane. Like if you go from like what North Carolina go all the way to California, you have to pass through every single country,
Exactly.
and they're at the end of a world, and there's flat.
Well,
Earth,
here's the
you
thing.
can't go back around.
When you look at flight paths,
Woo!
when you look at flight paths on a computer, they're never a straight line. Because planes don't fly straight; they fly against the curve of the Earth. If you're
Yeah.
north of the equator, the path tends to bend upward, unless you're flying south.
Also, because of wind speeds.
Also true. And if you're flying south, if you're south of the equator, they bend towards the South Pole. There is no point there's no reason for any flight planes to fly straight. And that's the other thing they'll sit there and go, and I have that on here somewhere. that
Real quick, and then we're gonna take. a
I
break.
will. That they sit there and go, oh, flat earthers, they don't teach you how to fly with the curve in pilot school. If you're flying, then at some point, a pilot knows that they have to dip the plane down to account for the curve.
Have they not heard the theory of aerodynamics and how that works?
Not just aerodynamics.
But aerodynamics plays a role in everything.
Yes, but you don't even need that. You just need to maintain altitude. If you're on a ball, 1,000 feet up is the same anywhere. If you're maintaining altitude, you're already flying with the curve.
Josh, I told you I'll give up after like first 5 minutes.
They actually think that a pilot has to sit there and consciously know, oh, I'm getting a little bit too high because I'm against the curve. Let me dip down to maintain the curve. And here's another thing, jerk-offs. If Earth was flat, why does every book about aviation and boat piloting have to do with navigating a circumference of a globe? Because you're teaching these people how to fucking fly on a curved map, and then you're going to pull them aside and go, oh, wait, no, that's all bullshit. It's just flat. Just have fun with it. Just go out there, turn around, come back.
What's up,
It could be a...
No.
I'm not going to argue, but it could be industrialization and these companies training and then brainwashing.
Go to break. Go to break. I have more.
Don't tell me what to fucking do.
Please go to break. Please go to break.
All right, we're gonna take a short little break.
Yeah, he listens to me.
We'll be right back with more of Anthony babbling again, and more flat Earth talk. We'll be right back.
It's hot. Mama. Oh, Roblox-san, I have crawled many distances for your life advice and your inner wisdom. What do you have to tell me? When Great Roblox-san gives you life advice, that's a hard pill to swallow. You can sometimes wash that down with an Is This Real coffee mug that you can get on www.greenarrowmedia.org.
Hello, this is JC3 speaking. If you want to know more about Is This Real podcast and our parent company Green Arrow Media, then visit greenarrowmedia.org. You can find and follow all of our social media pages through our website. If you love our content, then you can support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel and our Patreon page. Remember, that is greenarrowmedia.org. And we are back with more Flat Earth talk, with more of this crazy nonsense bullshit.
I'll go real quick with a couple more of them. You ready?
All right, just fuck me and my hostly duties,
Yes.
Another argument is that the stars in the sky don't move. Yes, they do. We know they move. We have 1,000 years. We have records from 1,000 years ago. Stars in certain constellations to have shifted places. It takes a long time, but they do move. That's an argument that they have.
That's dead
I'm
in the
just
water.
spitballing it.
On to the next.
Oh, here's a good one. Water always finds its level. Have you ever heard this one?
No.
Water always
What?
finds its level.
Water always finds its level. There's no way that a ball, that water would stay attached to a ball.
Who said this?
That's a major argument of theirs.
Cajuns.
But here's the problem. You don't have to be
What?
You don't have to be mathematically sound to break that argument. Are you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Gentlemen, do tides exist?
The tide is high.
That's
and
enough out of
I'm
you.
holding-
Joseph,
Shut up.
Never heard that song.
can
by
you have a
Blondie?
low tide and a high tide on this planet at the same time?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Then there you go. Water doesn't find its level. If water always found its level, then there would be no tides ever. It would always just be level. Also, a couple weeks ago, Hurricane Ian reset the Caribbean, didn't it?
Ian. That's fucked up.
Am I wrong?
Where's that? Oh wait, no. I
You're
can't bring
fucked
that
up.
I can't bring that up on a YouTube.
For a few weeks, the Gulf of Mexico was empty. Did water find its fucking level? Not the entire thing, but there was a lot of times closer to the shore, you could walk out into the Gulf of Mexico on the seafloor.
Cool.
So wait, do these people not believe that the sea levels are rising at all? Then
Not something I haven't dived into. I don't know. I
like,
don't know.
it would be
I'm not gonna
real
get into it.
ironic. It'd be really funny if there was like an environmentalist flat earther, like, yeah, the sea level is rising, but they always stay on level. Like,
I don't know. So
hope
there's
that's a thing.
that. What else that they always say? Oh, all right. This one's gonna fuck with you.
Like this whole episode hasn't already.
Gravity. Oh, sorry. You can't have an atmosphere next to a vacuum. Like we have an atmosphere on Earth,
Yes.
but space is a vacuum.
it is.
Okay.
I understand that.
All right. So this is why we can do
Why
that.
do you sound so far away from the mic?
This is why we can.
I'd rather have him sound like that.
It's like, well, why doesn't air just go into outer space?
Our atmosphere.
Well, yes, it's because that's not how a vacuum works.
it's the firmament.
A vacuum doesn't
Fuck off.
suck.
Excuse me.
A vacuum doesn't suck.
It's just negative. It's just negative pressure.
What?
A vacuum doesn't suck
Here we
anything.
go.
Well, I don't know. My Dyson doesn't suck. It's really good.
He's
It's really
talking
much
about
for
the
it.
vacuum of space.
No,
Dad.
I'm even
Vacuum
talking.
is
But no,
fake.
I'm even
Oh,
talking
I
about.
thought it was just a product placement thing.
Hold on a second. I'm even talking about the way a vacuum works. A vacuum does not suck up anything. What it does is, the inside of the vacuum is at a lower air pressure. The inside of your machine, your Dyson, creates a lower air pressure than the outside. And when there's lower air pressure, things get sucked up.
Well, that's yeah.
But it's not like it's actively sucking. What it's doing is it's lowering the air pressure on the inside of the machine and blowing air at the dirt
Right.
to lift the dirt up and then get pulled into the lower pressure.
Kind of like if you
Which
have
is
a
a
milk
suck.
carton, okay, and you squeeze the milk carton, and then you put air in it. But the only reason why the milk carton is squeezing is the air pressure. You're taking the air out of the milk carton, and it's exploding into itself. or
Close, yeah.
exploding, Right.
So
Yeah.
they said those,
I went to third grade.
but that's how our
What? You guys, not to cut you off, but I got like 10 minutes, and then I
Okay.
have to leave, and I want you. I got another meeting somewhere, so I just want you guys to know that.
All right.
Sorry, Mr. Important Person.
Oh,
Yes.
that I think you can even
Let me
answer
tell
this
you
one, Dad.
something. This is probably one of the most important things I've been doing in a long time. But
Good.
anyway.
Here's one for you, Dad. You can answer this one. Why do organizations like the World Health Organization or other like big government things like that, why do they use a flat Earth as their logo if the Earth isn't flat?
I don't know. Do they use a flat Earth?
They do. Yeah, their logo is you see all the countries at once in their logo.
You know,
Why would they do that if the Earth isn't flat?
Isn't it just a 2D image?
Yes, but the flat Earthers are going, look, they're hiding it in plain sight.
Yeah, but see, I understand that, and I don't believe in a flat Earth theory either. But having said that, a couple of weeks ago, you had come to me and you had said to me, Dad, there's some kind of company or some kind of government agency that had a UFO in the logo.
Yeah.
And then you look by 6 hours later, and it was gone.
Yeah, I know.
So, I don't know. This is the kind of shit that when they make these logos, they don't think before they do it, and it fuels this kind of bullshit.
That's exactly right.
You know, and it's stupid.
That's
Look,
exactly right. There is no. They use it because it's the World Health Organization, and they want to show all countries of the world at the same time. But what's not on the World Health Organization's logo is a fucking ice wall.
Well, if that's just the very edges of it,
yeah.
they don't want to really
How
shit.
high is this ice wall anyway?
They don't know. They
Okay.
just know that it's there.
Have they seen the ice wall?
No, they said because we can't get close to Antarctica to prove it, which is bullshit. We can get.
So they're using Antarctica is south, right? The South
No,
Pole?
it's the edge.
Oh, it's the edge this time.
Correct.
Okay. These people shouldn't be around like to.
Well,
to
since
walk
we're
the
talking
streets.
about Antarctica, let me bring that up. So, Antarctica, there's something called the Arctic Treaty. Antarctic Treaty, excuse me.
Okay, nobody can use it. Right.
That's not exactly true, but here's what it here's
Okay,
the here's
well, I
the
took a stab.
here's the big three things that the Antarctic Treaty says. Number one, no wars. No one can fight over this. That's why it's divided somewhat evenly amongst the countries that signed the treaty. Nobody can fight over the land there. Number two, you can only use this land.
Except Putin, he can do what he wants.
You can only use this land for scientific discovery. meaning that you can study this fucking place, but you can't fight over it. And number 3, any science that you find you should be able to share that science with the other members of the treaty.
Okay.
Those are the big 3 things. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but that's it. Now, flat earthers believe that they signed this treaty. No one can go there.
Right.
I can't go down there and prove that the Antarctica is a continent because they signed the treaty says we can't go there. That's not true.
Okay.
You can take commercial flights over Antarctica, not into Antarctica, and there's a reason for that, but you can do scenic tours of Antarctica. There are cruises that go around Antarctica, and you can even hire small vessels, they're very expensive, to take you to go ashore in Antarctica. But here's the problem with that.
I want to go to fucking Tahiti. I want to go where it's warm. Who the fuck goes on a vacation where it's cold? Oh, wait a minute. The numbnut people who want to go there, flying down a fucking mountain on 2
What
pieces
you talking
of
about,
wood.
bro?
Probably.
Going to Antarctica would be cool as hell. You just be like, yo, I was
cool.
here.
Yeah, we can see the secret government
Now, it
would
bases
be
over
cool.
there.
Now they
cold
sit there
as
and
well,
go,
too.
well, why don't
That'd be
any
funny.
planes fly over Antarctica? Why don't any commercial planes fly over Antarctica?
It's cold as shit.
Well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, because it's so cold, you're right, Eric. Because it's so cold, the coldness changes the density of the air, which makes it higher to fly in, which makes it more dangerous. And if you should crash a plane in Antarctica, there's nothing that's going to save you. So it's stupid, it's too dangerous to do that. However, we've done it at least twice that I have examples of, and many other times. Number 1 was back in 1973, Pan Am Flight 50 flew pole to pole. And number 2 was last year, that was Qantas Flight 14, flew from South America to Australia, or maybe went from Australia to South America, it doesn't matter, flew over Antarctica. A commercial plane did that, which is very rare because, again, if it crashes in Antarctica, no one's there to save you.
See, out of all that statement you got, the only thing I came to my mind is I didn't even know Qantas was still a thing.
Yes, it was.
It's like fucking Laker Airlines. It doesn't
That's
make any sense.
That's 2021. That's when that happened. So, why do they think this? It's because of a dictionary entry, an encyclopedia entry from the 50s. And because of Admiral Richard Byrd. Do you know who Admiral Richard Byrd is?
Who the F is that?
Admiral Richard Byrd led what's called Operation High Jump. Operation High Jump was a naval brigade that went to Antarctica to get to the South Pole. He did it twice. Now, he said that there are more lands, and this ties in with Terra Infinita, which I'll get to in a second.
What'd you call me?
Terra Infinita, which means infinite Earth. But hold on. He said that there are more lands in Antarctica that have yet to be explored. A space the size of America that has yet to be explored. He said that, and this is true. You could watch it. It's on YouTube in an interview he did in the 40s, 50s. But here's the problem with that. Antarctica is not, the South Pole is not Antarctica. Do anyone understand what I mean when I say that? You're on your phones. This is such a riveting conversation.
I'm paying attention. Shut up and
Yeah, I heard the South Pole's not Antarctica.
What
Blow
does that-
me.
What does that mean, Joey?
That
You
means the
said
South
it,
Pole's not
explain.
Antarctica.
What the fuck? I'm here to
means-
learn.
Say that.
So does it mean that
Dick.
does it mean that the actual point of the South Pole where the magnetic field is not the actual? It doesn't represent the actual continent.
No.
No.
Saying that the South Pole is Antarctica is the equivalent of saying that Kansas is the United States. The South Pole is a spot in Antarctica. What the flat earthers are saying
That's the one with the
Technicalities.
barber pole right there.
right. But hold on a second. What
It's
they're
technicality.
No. It's not technicality. You need to be specific. Because if someone said to you that Kansas is the United States, you're going to look at them and go, all right, well, show me a map of Kansas as opposed to New Jersey.
No, what I'm saying, it's technicality.
No, it's not technicality.
Show me map of Kansas and point to New Jersey.
Because here's what they believe in. They think that Richard Byrd, and he said this, he got to the South Pole, and he said that there's more lands beyond the South Pole. He did say that. What he was saying was that he didn't get to explore that side of Antarctica. He traveled through Antarctica, got to the South Pole, and then turned the fuck back around because by that time he had already lost 2 helicopters and an airplane, or reverse that, 2 planes and a helicopter, because it's so fucking dangerous. So he didn't get to explore the world's largest desert, which is past the South Pole.
Now let me ask you a question. I know this has nothing to do with the flat earthers, but
Motherfucker.
Antarctica, well, it does in a way.
It does, but
Antarctica,
going back-
that's just ice, right? There's no land there.
There is land under 2.5, 3 miles of ice
Why the fuck would you want to visit there?
because we don't know what's there. That's the thing. Millions of years ago, after Pangea split, it split into two different parts. And there's Pangea, the supercontinent where everything was connected.
Is that a fact or is that a theory?
That is a fact.
That's fact.
All right, calm the fuck
When
down.
actually-
Pangea split,
Hey, I'm sitting over here with the guy fucking blowing weed in my face. I'm enjoying this conversation.
If you really want to know if Pangea is real, actually, I'm being serious. Get all the countries and try to connect them. Now, there's gonna be some rough spots here and then because of water levels, but like you could put the edge of the South America right against Africa.
It was
Yeah,
one
it fits
giant
perfectly.
I'm
cookie.
not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't
Now,
know.
I'm just saying, if you want to see it for yourself, yeah.
I
just
know,
do the
but
when
puzzle.
Pangea split,
It was one giant cookie and it split apart.
When Pangea split into two, the top half
Cookies.
split into the North America, and that was North America and Europe and some of the Asian continent. Excuse me. And when the southern half split, that was South America, Africa, and a part of Australia and a little bit, I think, of India.
Okay, so Pangea, basically, what you're telling me is I'd go down to Seaside and like a mile I cross some kind of line. I'm in Italy.
No.
Technically, Seaside wouldn't exist because it's just one town.
Millions and millions of years ago,
It was all
they were
just one
connected.
land.
Now,
Yeah.
as the continents were drifting apart and breaking up,
And this is a fact.
this is a fact.
Okay.
Two pieces of the lower half of Pangea, after that broke up, smashed together.
Gotcha.
And when it got to the South Pole, it froze over, and now we have 3 miles of ice on top of that land. So, when Pangea was a thing and there was animals on it,
Right.
animals lived and died there, and it was in a different part of the world, much warmer. Now that it's frozen, the ice is there. I can guarantee you that there's dinosaur bones or something. Not dinosaurs, maybe after that. There are bones of something underneath the
There's
Arctic
living
ice.
dinosaurs under
But
the
we
ice.
can't get to it because there's miles of ice that are protected between us and that landmass.
Just like that one Ice Age movie.
So, yes. So when Richard Byrd got to the South Pole, he turned around. He didn't explore that other half of Antarctica. But they confuse those two things. Now when I mentioned the encyclopedia from the 50s, here's what it was written in the encyclopedia of the 50s. They say, now this is true, if you have a copy, look it up.
That was hot.
In the Antarctica definition in the encyclopedia, it said there's a dome in Antarctica. And that's correct. There is a dome in Antarctica. But what the flat earthers don't understand is that dome is a mountain. Just like a volcano is a mountain. But we don't call them, oh, that's a volcanic mountain. We say that's a volcano. A dome is a kind of mountain. It is a mountain that is covered in snow to the point where the snow level has risen high enough to give it a dome-like appearance.
So it's an ice volcano?
It's not a volcano at all. It's a
Damn
dome.
it. It'd been cool if it was.
So the problem is that these fucking idiots sit there and go, look, it says in the encyclopedia that there was a dome, and then they changed it. Yeah, because you fucking flat earthers started mistaking the dome mountain for the beginning part of the dome firmament. And there's the problem. They don't understand there's a difference. And they think that backs it up because it says it in the encyclopedia, and they took it out because it's a secret.
Well, do you think that maybe they just are going this way because they want to piss you off or
No.
piss people off?
No, they
No,
believe
they
it.
genuinely
They
believe it.
genuinely believe
And
it.
there's
They
no
are
science to back it
stupid.
up, but they genuinely believe
Correct. Every scientific experiment that they have done fails. There was one experiment, they bought a $20,000 gyroscope. Gyroscope is there to measure the degrees the Earth is turning
Right.
in navigation. They put it on the table like, well, it still said 15 degrees after an hour. So let's put it in. They put it, I don't know what the box they made of. They're trying to make like a Faraday cage where nothing goes in, nothing goes out. They said that if we could put it in there, reset the clock for an hour, and it doesn't register the hour as 15 degrees, proves that the Earth isn't spinning. Sorry. What happened after the hour after they took it apart their box? It was still spinning. It still showed that there was movement. And the guy actually sat there and went, oh, well, we can't accept that. We just have to.
Well, because it disproved their theory. That's why.
Yes.
So
They did another.
In a situation like that, when you got something, when you can prove something, and you literally can take one experiment and prove it, and then you take another experiment and prove the same thing, and then you come back a day later and it proves the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
At that point, if anybody's going to argue with you, tell them, you know what? Fuck off.
They think that the stars are lights on the dome, which is the firmament. And we've never been to outer space. We can't go to outer space.
The moon landing was fake.
The moon landing was fake. All that. We can't.
I'm not getting
because
into that
We
argument.
cannot get through the firmament. But here's the problem with the firmament: if the sun is 33,000 miles. Sorry. I have it written here somewhere.
Why hasn't
God.
it vaporized us completely?
Well, it's not as hot as they say.
Well,
it
the
is.
sun is 8
The
million
firmament
miles
is
from Earth.
protecting us.
Because the firmament is protecting us?
Here we go.
Yes.
All right,
Hold on, I
get
got
it out
I
there
got it.
because then we're gonna go quick to break.
If the sun is 32 miles in diameter and it's 3,700 feet high, right?
Right.
If you calculate the dome and how wide the Earth is if it were flat, it'd be 8,000 kilometers, which means the slope of the dome and the height of the sun that would be going around would crash into each other. At some points, the sun would have to be on the outside of the dome, which then disproves the fucking dome. Because it's not high enough.
I've never sat here in this booth and been more confused. And you know, I don't know about you, but I'm like, really, this the whole fucking thing is confusing me that anybody would even give this any kind of theory or any kind of thought.
You know, some people believe the moon and the sun are the same size.
They have.
Get the fuck outta
hold on a
here.
second. There's a wonderful coincidence that backs that up, though. The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, but the sun is 400 times away from the Earth and the moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because it's 400 times farther away, and it's also 400 times bigger, when you put them next to each other, you get an eclipse. That's why the
Right.
moon can pass over the sun. It covers it almost completely, except for the.
Yeah, see, like, I'll give you an idea. See, like, you're standing there. So if I go like this, I still see you.
Yes.
But if I go like this, with one eye, I don't see nothing. I just see your thumb.
Exactly.
With one eye, maybe
Not
stand
bad.
500 feet back. You know, he's still pretty large.
I am.
He is pretty large. All right, we're gonna take a short little break. Dad, unfortunately, will not be with us after the
I
break.
gotta go sayonara, boys and girls. But I just want to say, you know, it's been my pleasure. It's fun.
It has been your pleasure.
And I will see it. Actually, it's been your pleasure. And I will see you on the 101 episode of Is This Real?
All right,
Peace.
we will see you guys in a little bit.
We should get Zoe 101.
What?
What?
Wow. Okay,
See you in a bit.
we'll be right back.
If you liked this video today, please click the like and subscribe button and make sure to hit the notification icon to keep up with all our videos.
Welcome back to ADHD in a podcast.
Yes.
My God, my God, I can't even explain what the fuck happens
Yeah,
here.
I know.
So we're back on with these Cajun people, and I'll be honest, I'm so tired of this episode already. Like, I'm so tired
I
of
only
hearing
have a
Anthony
couple more
talk.
segments.
Like, I'm so tired of hearing you
I
talk.
promise I will not disprove any. Like I scratch the surface what they believe in. So let's
I don't want
move
to
on.
touch them, so I don't want to
Let's move
scratch
on.
them. I don't want to do anything to
Hey,
them.
hey.
I like
Them
I like
are
getting
giving
my
us
back
views
scratched.
on TikTok.
Hey, hey.
That's fine.
Do you want to know what life would be like if Earth was flat?
We would
No.
be fucking spinning. It would be hell.
It would be.
It would be hell.
I don't want to know.
Tell me.
Huh?
Tell me.
Fuck. What? All right. Well, okay. So you can't have it both ways. You can't have no gravity and a flat Earth. But let's say that you could have gravity and a flat Earth. Let's just say that, right? Because gravity is what helps shapes things into spheres. But let's say that that's not how gravity worked, and we were having a flat Earth and there was gravity. You ready for this? Okay. In the center of your pizza world, if there was gravity, it would be the North Pole, right?
Yes.
Which would mean
That the
that
North
would be
Pole-
the center of gravity, the North Pole.
Wouldn't that be the South Pole as well too?
There is no South Pole.
It would just be the North.
Just be the North Pole. And if the North Pole is the center of gravity, that means along the outside of the disk,
Okay.
it would be a desert. Because if the center is the North Pole and that's where gravity is, all of water would be there.
Oh, I remember this video.
So all the water would be in the center of the disk.
The dude that bites the microphone.
Yes, on the outside of the disk, I forget his name. I'll put him in the comments. On the outside of this,
He's
it
great.
would be a desert. And also, it would be so extreme that you wouldn't be able to walk upright. Because when you're that far away from the center of gravity and it's pulling on you, you would be climbing horizontally. You'd be on your belly crawling
Did he say you
forward.
also like plunge into like a free fall or something
You
like
would
that?
plunge into a free fall back towards the center of the disc if you were to let go.
That
Plants,
sucks.
at a certain distance, plants would grow sideways because plants
Got
grow.
food, hold up.
All right, plants grow against gravity. So when there's no gravity, plants don't grow again. If there's gravity on a disc, they're growing towards the center. That's another fucking problem. There'd be no atmosphere at the edges of Pizza Planet because the atmosphere is pulled on by gravity. All that would be in the center.
It would just be inhabitable.
It would be inhabitable past a certain point on the Pizza Planet.
It's just
Pretty
like,
much
okay,
anything south of the Tropic of Cancer would be uninhabitable.
Cancer?
Tropic of Cancer is the parallel line, the 23rd degree parallel line south of the equator.
Okay.
Is it the Cancer or the Capricorn?
I think it's Cancer.
It's either
Anywho.
Cancer or it's Capricorn.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
one
I
of
think it's
those.
Capricorn, actually.
Is it?
I've written it down here, but there's so many pages of notes, nothing's in order, so.
Yeah, this is a podcast. Not time to turn in your final essay.
I know.
Jesus.
It's a fucking doctorate over there.
Oh, your food's here. Also, if the Earth was flat, we'd all see the same sky. We'd all see the North Star. We'd all see the Southern Cross. We'd all see the same stars all the time. But because we're on a globe, we don't. So there's that as well. Now, if you want to prove the Earth is actually round, if you want to prove that the Earth is round and you're sitting at home and you don't have a lot of money, there are things that you can do.
Just look the fuck outside.
There's that.
End of story.
www.youtube.com.
You can
Look at
watch.
space videos.
You can watch a lunar eclipse that goes sun, Earth, then moon. The Earth casts a shadow on the moon from the sun. It's a sphere. You can't get that if the Earth is flat. So there's one thing you can do. Oh, gentlemen, you ever notice how
Shut up,
you ever notice how the sun gets bigger at different points during the day? You
What?
ever notice how the sun seems to get bigger and smaller through different points of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't actually happen. That's reflection off the Earth and the atmosphere.
You're telling me that the sun doesn't get bigger?
Yeah, or shrinks. All you need is something called
You're telling me that it's not 30,000 feet away from me?
30,000 miles. No.
What?
All you need is something called a solar lens.
My brain!
You put the solar lens on the edge of the camera and
My
you can see the
brain!
sun safely, and it's the same size throughout the entire day, regardless of how big the flare is. So there's that. Invest in a lens flare. Solar lens. Here's one that's absolutely fucking cheap and free, and you can do it anytime you're at the beach.
A window.
Lay down.
Excuse me?
Lay down. If you're standing up, about 6 feet tall is all you need to be.
Ah, I cleared it.
Get a box if you're not 6 feet tall, and you watch the sunset. I'm sorry, reverse that. Lay down and watch the sunset. Second it's gone, stand up and you'll be able to see the sun again. Because the 6 feet matter.
Well, if you're on the East Coast, you can't go to the beach and do that. You could see the sunrise on the East Coast.
Yeah, I know that, but it's for people who can see the sunset against an ocean.
Technically, can't you reverse that if it's East Coast?
Yeah, if it's East Coast, stand at sunrise, just watch the sun peak the horizon, and then quickly lay down. The sun will disappear over the horizon, then watch it rise again.
I reversed it for the East Coastians.
Thank you. They're free. Not the solar lens, but watching a lunar eclipse is free. Watching a sunrise or a sunset laying down standing is free. They're examples of why the Earth
Watching a
is...
sunrise at 5 o'clock in the morning while you're blasted off of 3 blunts is also amazing, too.
What the fuck, man?
He's not wrong.
It's amazing, bro. The sight you get is beautiful. The sky's all pink
So
and
Josh,
shit.
have you been blasted by 3 blunts watching a sunrise at 5 in the morning?
Phrasing, but yes.
That's
And
such
now-
a specific
What's
thing.
phrasing about that?
The blasted wasn't off of the blunts.
Yeah.
Okay, you were
I
drunk.
get you. I get
You're an
you.
alcoholic.
And now I'm going to say the last thing. I'm going to shut up. I promise.
Oh my god.
I have some questions for flat earthers that they can't answer.
I can answer them.
Ready?
I got you right now.
Watch me.
If the sun is over your head,
Yes.
Okay.
and the sun... Okay, what's the point of... what do we actually do in real life?
Breathe oxygen.
The Earth revolves around the sun. Every time we complete a revolution, what's that called?
A new year.
Correct, Joey. 10 points for Gryffindor.
Woohoo, I'm a Slytherin.
If the sun is local and just spins above our
Slytherin?
heads,
Oh, I'm
If the sun is local and spins above our heads like on a mobile, when is a new year?
Obviously.
In some places,
Whenever the calendar says.
Exactly.
technically,
How do you determine time?
if North Korea,
Technically,
it's
time
only
doesn't
like
exist.
what?
Whoa!
Eight-
We don't talk about North Korea.
I'm all
talking
about
Korea.
All I'm gonna say is North Korea is like what, 46 or something like that.
Actually, can we
Their
just do a
year
whole
might-
episode on North Korea in the future?
No, because I'm worried they might nuke us for some apparent reason.
This particular place right here?
See,
Yeah,
how,
they'll aim for us.
how do you keep time?
How do you?
How do you keep time and know when there's a new year? How do you celebrate a birthday if the sun just spins over your head and the earth is not going around the sun?
Like counting night and day.
They don't understand that. But fine, but then how do you determine when there's a year? Just by counting night? We
You
can
count the
day.
winters.
That's fine, but how do you know when exactly is the day? How
When
do
the
you
sun
know?
goes
That's
down.
the thing. You don't. You count the winters.
Okay, even if you're counting the winters are made up of many days. How do you know which day is which?
Well,
from year
today's
to year?
Tuesday. When the sun goes down, then tomorrow's Thursday.
But
What?
Wednesday.
Excuse what?
Don't
Flat-
make arguments.
flat earthers can't do that. I already asked the question: if the Earth is flat, then why do we teach about navigation on a globe model? What, you're just gonna teach them, pass the class, and pull them aside and go, by the way, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, the ones that make it to the top.
Can't
tier.
answer that.
Think of it this way: if you're in aviation school and you fly straight, this is the globe. This is you flying. This is what you're doing.
That's not what you're doing. You're flying off the globe at that point.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
If you
If they
say-
I
think
thought you were being serious.
no, I'm being dead serious. If they think the Earth is flat and they're gonna keep straight, this is what you're actually
Yeah,
doing.
Yes.
You can't do that in
I
a
mean,
regular
technically,
plane.
you are going straight,
And you're
but
following
it's just around the globe.
correct because you're staying within the atmosphere
Yes,
and you're
but if
maintaining
you go,
altitude.
if you go by their concept of going fucking straight, and it
Yeah, but
being
I don't go
flat
by their
Earth,
anything.
If the Earth is flat, then why isn't anything else we observe in the heavens flat? The Flat Earth Society already said that they've observed that Mars is a planet and it's circular, spherical, but nothing else. Well, we're the only thing. We're the exception. Earth is the only thing.
Because we have life on us.
Why? Why are
I
we
don't
the
know.
exception when
Why? Because
everything else is spherical?
This is the first time I'm hearing this. So you're telling me they believe every other planet in the
There is a
Well,
tweet.
they just said Mars right
This,
now.
yeah, there is an actual tweet. It's not Photoshop. It's not Cap. There's an actual tweet from
It's not Cap.
from Flat Earth Society saying, because someone asked them, like, what about flat Mars? Like, no, we've observed Mars to be a planet.
Flat Mars. I'm gonna make that a new thing now. Flat Mars.
So
Hashtag
why
flat
is everything else spherical except for Earth? That's a question.
Breathe, Cito. Breathe.
I'm not trying to absolutely
Breathe.
break the mic.
And lastly, the biggest question of all is, in a world where we cannot agree on
a spherical Mars.
no, in a world where we cannot agree on proper government procedures, on taking care of Earth citizens, healthcare, boundaries for countries, global warming and environment, wars, money. No countries can agree on everything, but we've all agreed to convince everyone that the Earth is round when it's actually flat. It's the biggest secret that billions of people would have to be in on. From the highest point of government to guys who just fucking drive trolley boats. Every one of these billions of people would have to be on the secret.
Well,
That's too big to keep secret.
I understand, but the old adage is the bigger the secret,
He knows.
The
He
bigger
knows.
the bigger the lie, the more people will believe in it.
You're right, it's a lie. But that's the thing, it's not a secret. A lie and a secret are two different things. I'm telling you something that I saw. Now I might be lying to you, but at
Well,
least
that's a lie then.
right. But a secret doesn't necessarily have to be a lie.
Well, I know, but 90% of the time, 99% of the time, when we're talking about government stuff, and this is coming from the government down, that's peddling this secret, right? When the government wants to keep things a secret, 99% of the time they're lying to the people.
Yeah, I understand that, but this
So-
is not a government. This is every government.
Yeah.
It's the entire world.
You can't do that. We don't agree on anything. Not every single country in this world agrees on everything.
It's Illuminati mind control.
Even the landlocked countries
That's
of
it, Cito.
That's it.
Even landlocked countries would have to be in the agreement that the Earth is actually, and that's not possible. It's not possible for everyone to be in on the same secret. It's not.
I'm gonna call Utah and see what they know.
Fuck Utah.
Space Utah.
Those are my questions. Those are the things
They
I
never
have
got
to
back
say.
to me, by the way. They never got back.
Space Utah never got back to you.
Nope.
I think you meant
I left a
regular
few
Utah.
voicemails.
I feel unsatisfied by this episode. I've said a lot.
You feel
Yeah,
unsatisfied?
because you guys told me to shut up when I tried to argue.
You
Screw
feel
you guys.
unsatisfied?
I've said a lot, but I don't think I've said enough.
Oh, fuck you. All right.
We didn't need to
You know
hear
what?
anymore, let's be honest.
Your mic off. His mic is completely done for the rest of the episode. until
You're in
we say
timeout
goodbye.
now.
How much time do we have left?
No, I don't give a fuck. Shut up. Just sit there and look unpretty. Anyway, so we're going to actually come to the close of this episode because we've been sitting here for a while, and I don't think you guys want to listen to us for this fucking long. We're over almost close to 2 hours now. But it is our 100th episode, and we are talking about one of... This is not my favorite subject. Let me just put it like that. This is not.
But it's getting us content on YouTube.
Because
I mean,
people are...
on TikTok.
Because people are stupid. That's why.
People
All
are
right?
stupid.
People are just stupid, and that's why we're getting content. Because people sit there and go, "That's not the truth." That's why. All right.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Gosh.
I'll fucking
Why
do it
the
again.
Why the fuck is that everybody's default?
Hey, Max, I just want you to know your daddy fucks. Goofy's the only one with a kid. You know that, right?
Hey, Mickey, do you have any Molly or Percocet on you?
Like, think about that.
I need another hit, Mickey.
Mickey doesn't have any kids. Donald doesn't have any kids.
All
No
right,
one
we're not
with-
talking about this shit.
No, this is a big conspiracy.
But then we'll talk about it somewhere else.
No Disney character has kids except for Goofy, which means Goofy lays pipe.
Well, just think about this. Goofy's a dog, and so is Pluto, but Pluto doesn't fucking talk or stand up.
Because Pluto's not wearing pants.
Okay. Anywho,
You put pants on an animal,
Shut-
they become anthropomorphic.
shut up.
Gosh.
Anywho, 100th episode. What do we have next week?
I'm gonna
I think lost subs of 68.
Oh, yes, the lost subs is 68, and I will not be on that episode.
I'm gonna yuck.
I will unfortunately not be on that, which means we're going to be...
Hold on, does that mean we're still recording Thursday?
Yeah, record Thursday.
No, let's not. Let's wait till you get back. That way you can be on it.
No, record Thursday, so we're a couple episodes ahead.
We're already a couple episodes ahead.
Record Thursday.
What if I don't want
No,
to?
actually, I can't. We made plans for Thursday already. Sarah and I were taking Kate out for sushi. That's why we're doing this show tonight.
Hey, we're
So we
still
didn't
live.
record Thursday.
I swear to God. I
Hey,
need
you
to
know
nuke
we're
your
live and
cats.
you want to hear this.
What is my cat to do anything? I'm taking my nephew out for dinner.
Fuck him.
Yeah, so?
Anywho.
Not literally.
Ah! Wait a minute.
What?
Why was his response so?
Because he's used to it. Anywho, so 100th episode is now closed. We're at the end of this episode. Finally, what is our last final? You don't get to talk. You don't get a final thought.
Yes, I do.
No, you
It's not
don't.
there. Yes, I do.
Your thoughts are over.
No, I get a final say.
No, fuck you.
The Earth is round.
I get a final say.
Okay, Cito, what are your final thoughts on this episode?
I'm gonna make this short and sweet before Anthony takes up the next 20 minutes and goes on.
No, he has a
blast.
2-minute timer.
Like I said in the beginning, I tried to argue for you guys, but even then I gave up. Like, how do you guys believe this stuff? I'm gonna be honest. It's very ignorant, uneducated. I won't say uneducated. I would say ignorant to be nice, because it's kind of rude to call people uneducated. And you know, I'm trying to be nice here.
Well, if the shoe fits.
Yeah, again, I'm trying to be the nice one here because I know everyone else is going to call some variation of stupid, uneducated, and everything under the umbrella.
Nope.
Or everything under the sun. So yeah, pretty much that's it for me.
Gorge.
Wes,
The Earth is round.
thank you, Wes.
Space is real.
Roadblock.
I'm not even sure what words to use right now. I can't even speak. That's how bad this is right now.
Just use any word, just don't get us canceled.
I'm not going to use words to get us canceled, first of all.
I'm just saying, you can use any
I
word.
have the
that just
future
doesn't-
to think of.
He's gonna use his fist to get us canceled.
I mean, that probably would, because I
Or
probably...
his dick. Or his dick.
Okay,
Hey,
no.
No, there might be some minors listening to this.
Yeah, please.
Well, no, I have it explicit.
Or watching this.
Okay, first of all,
Stop it.
Calm. No.
I'll use my fist
No,
to get
that-
us
that-
canceled,
that-
because
that
I'll
piss
probably
off
try
the
to
back.
beat up every
No.
flat earther.
No.
I'm just gonna punch every single one of them until they believe.
Why did you get so violent?
Because, come on, I get that people can have different perspectives, different opinions, different views,
But
beliefs, all of that. But this is something that has been going on for fucking generations at this point. Literally taught from when we were kids. Gravity, things falling. You throw something, it doesn't go all the fucking way. The weight brings it down. And, like, we've seen shit go into space. Like, it's all right fucking there, but everyone's just like, no, there's an ice ball. No, there's no space. No. So, are we, like, a weird version of Men in Black where we're inside a fucking locker? Come on, think about it. That's my question to all of them. Is that what it is to you guys? Is that what you really think?
You know, these are the same people that probably saw Men in Black as a documentary.
Not wrong.
That is fucking terrifying, and I have...
Men in Black.
It's fucking terrifying. I have no other words.
And these are the same people that can vote.
Literally, oh, that makes it worse.
These are the same people that voted Joe Biden. Anthony?
I'm using my fist
Hey!
to get us canceled.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Dad, don't do that.
If you believe that the earth is flat because it's something that you believe in based off of your faith, because you believe in the Bible, Torah,
Please get closer
Quran.
to the mic.
Sorry. If you believe that the earth is flat based off your religious faith, I can't fault you for that. That's your personal faith. I don't agree with it, but that's your faith. So I don't particularly hate you. I hate the people who sit there and try to use science to prove an experiment that the earth is flat when they're clearly not understanding how the experiment works, or they are purposely fucking with the experiment to get their point across or to get their results.
No, to piggyback off of what you've said before, they'll do experiments, it proves them wrong, and they won't accept it.
Well, yeah, exactly my point. So for those people, I don't care how many people come out of the woodwork and say that, oh, well, I went to college, I have my degree, I understand how science works and whatever. Get your money back, because the education system failed you if you believe that the earth is flat and there's a firmament and it's not out of a religious place. And that, I think, is a big problem with all of it. If you want to talk why they believe in it, I think it's because the American education
That's it.
system...
They're after us.
Maybe not American. I think the education system failed you. Either you didn't pay attention, or you were taught by someone who didn't want to teach the truth, or you just didn't care.
Oh, I've this is my
I'm
personal
sorry
opinion.
that you think the way you do.
I believe the education system has failed a lot of people.
I
in
know.
More than
for
more
ones,
ways
for,
than
for
one.
the people who go, well, you just gotta trust your senses and you gotta trust your eyes, and you can't do that because your eyes are not scientific equipment, so you can't believe what you see. So that doesn't work.
Wait, people say you have to trust your eyes?
Yeah,
What about
especially
blind people?
It was fuck the blind.
Use your senses. Well, I'm one short.
Yeah. What are they gonna do? Go out and feel the horizon with their sticks? Like,
Nope, we're not gonna go off on blind
I'm not
people
making
here.
fun of the blind. I'm just saying.
Anywho,
My point is,
make it quick.
um,
You've had enough time.
follow us on TikTok if you want to hear more of me ranting on how stupid you are. And
Follow me if you want to hear how stupid you are. TM.
sorry.
Yeah, that's
It's obviously working.
Yeah,
He's
seriously.
not wrong.
We're almost at 30,000 followers,
Okay.
so
So,
that's how
I'm-
that's what I believe. Yeah, and if you believe,
oh my fucking Christ.
last thing. If you just go, I believe in it because, or rather, I believe the earth is flat because I just believe in it, because the other things don't make sense to me, and you just believe, then the problem I have with you is I don't give a fuck what you believe. Because facts trump belief. Scientific theories and things that are proven outstand what you believe. Your belief means nothing when it comes to science. It's about what can be proven objectively, not what you believe subjectively. And that's all I have to say.
Finally, that's it. Are you sure?
You wanted this episode? I gave you this episode.
Are you sure? Is that
I'm
all you had to say?
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done?
I'm done.
All right.
Hold on. Gravity's gonna work. I'm gonna drop the mic.
Please,
I will fucking
don't.
beat the shit out of you. All right, you're gonna see how
This
gravity
will
works in
turn
my
into
fist.
gang violence. All right.
I'm not even gonna sit here and turn your mic back on. Fuck you.
Gang.
Violence is the
All
answer
I'm gonna
right
say
now?
is, listen.
We're resorting to violence.
I think we have found something, and we have found people that Joshua hates more than religious people
I don't hate religious
or people of faith.
I don't hate people of faith either.
I don't know
just
about
personally don't believe.
that. With the way your sarcasm, that guy that you
Just
people believe
because
in.
I'm sarcastic doesn't mean I hate them.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'm very sarcastic too. That doesn't mean I hate people.
Yeah.
Well, I hate people in general.
Oh, okay, let's be clear. I hate society as a whole.
There is no value in people.
Exactly. Thanos was right. Let's get rid of half
Whoa.
of us.
Hey,
Whoa.
actually, if you go on YouTube and just watch those compilations of just the nicest things people have done, they're so nice to watch if you really hate people.
It
Like,
really makes your heart warm, right?
Yeah, it really does. Like I sat down, I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And my record, like, it was a recommendation. I was like, so I sat down when I was taking a walk, and I was like, "Wow, I feel really good about myself. I want to go do it and just go home and be happy."
That's why I watch.
Nope. Nope.
That's why I watch like kitten videos because they make me feel.
Okay, enough of your stupid fucking cats.
And I'm
But
over
see-
here listening to music, and I just want to beat up a preschool.
But see, you know,
Two
That-
different kinds of people.
well, no, that's funny. You know, you have those videos that you sit there, make your heart feel warm, good in mankind, and then we go back to our episode that we did about the dark web, and then you're like, mankind's fucked.
Yeah.
Mankind is fucked.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, so basically, everything you've heard here tonight, I think we're all in agreement that flat Earth is not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just being here. Eric?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think he's
Now, flat Pluto, on the other hand.
Shut the fuck up, all right? We're not going to
I
get
still
into
have
Pluto.
land for sale on Pluto, by the way.
Yes, we do.
Price is going up. Price is going up.
You can
Yeah.
only get it from greenarrowmedia.org or on our Etsy shop.
Yes, Pluto. All right, so
Just hit me
next
up,
week you
just hit
said
me
we
up.
have the
I'll
lost
give you
subs to
coordinates and
68.
80. Yeah, 68.
It's the lost subs to 68, which would that be not World War II, right? That wouldn't be
Vietnam.
Yes, Vietnam era.
We're talking about submarine vessels, not sandwiches, Joey.
Wait, hold on. Before we do end, I was on the website checking the schedule, and I went to the blog. Hasn't been updated in a while, but
I haven't done anything in a while.
yeah,
Been
that's
on
fair.
TikTok.
You've been focused on TikTok, right?
That's okay.
Today's November 6th. Anthony did a blog September 6th, and I'm looking at the picture. It says 2,766 followers, and now we're at 27,000 27.
Wait, hold up. Let me see that.
Yeah, look, in
That's
2 months.
twen-
I'm not even joking.
That's 20,000 followers in 2 months.
2 months time.
Wow.
Look at the difference.
awesome.
We're also following only 14 people, but yay.
The number of likes.
That's 10 times the amount.
Exactly.
Anywho, so I think we're gonna end this episode. We have 3 more episodes left this season?
2.
2 more episodes until
Because
we get
it's
to
going to be the
Lost Subs to
Lost
6.
subs and then prison
Prison
planet,
Planet.
cul-de-sac theory.
yeah.
So we have 2 more episodes left in season 7, which you think it's gonna go by so quick. But then we're gonna take a short little break in holidays, and then we come back with season 8. But you know, we do have some specials coming up in December. Don't worry. So everyone, say goodnight.
Good night, everyone.
Oyatsumi minasan.
Adios, motherfuckers.
Good night, everybody.
Steve, thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody. We'll catch you next week. Just remember, everybody, question everything
Except for this.
except for the flat Earth.
Don't
Uh,
question it. Don't.
The
Good
Earth
night,
is round.
everybody.
The Earth is round. Oyatsumi.
Konnichiwa, bitches. It's Ryu West speaking. If you want to find out more about the Is This Real podcast, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/isthisrealpc, or on Twitter at isthisrealpc, or on Instagram at isthisrealpodcast, all one word.